Hello everybody, and welcome back to our Final Fantasy XIV recap. I just want to say another quick thank you to everybody that stops by on stream. It really does make my day. Even if you're only stopping in to say hello, you're all wonderful. If you're new here, hello and welcome to my channel. We play a lot of different stuff, but this is obviously primarily 14 related, which we only seem to be playing on the weekends for now. But subscribe, hang out with us more. It's a good time. Come by on stream, say hello. And with that, let's get into it. We're called to House Forton as there is news that another Dravanian attack is on its way. Alphino and Tataru discuss with us a plan to meet with Iceheart to try and come to a peaceful resolution to the war before the attack happens. Estinian arrives during this conversation and says he will accompany us and agrees to stay his lance unless Alphino's words fail. We go to inform Lord Emmerich of our intent to stop the attack, but do not disclose the particulars of the plan to avoid his persecution as a heretic should things go wrong. We're shown a meeting between the Archbishop and Zephyrin. Thordan tells him that once the dragons are dealt with, they will turn their attention to the Ascians. Zephyrin shows some hesitation, asking if Thordan believes it's a good idea, as the Ascians wield many strange, unknowable powers. Thordan says that they can only be sure of their cause, and that Zephyrin and his chosen brothers must prevail. Zephyrin has some manner of transformation and states for the glory of King Thordan, his voice a much different sound from before. To search for Iceheart, we head once more to the Kurthus Western Highlands. Investigating an isolated camp of dragon hunters shows us how to draw her to us, as well as why there's been such a rise in the heretics' numbers. Our meeting with Iceheart goes smoothly. She tells us of the history of man and dragon, how Hraesvelgr and Shiva had brokered a lasting peace between them, and how things would have remained that way had the Elezen not stolen Nidhogg's eye. She claims that no peace will be had until it's returned to him. But Estinian tells her she's wrong, that the eye is no longer Nidhogg's target, as it no longer resides in the vault, but on Estinian's person. And yet Nidhogg still targets Ishgard despite knowing that the eye is no longer there. She agrees to assist us in meeting with Hraesvelgr, as clearly Nidhogg is too far lost in his rancor to be reasoned with. We travel to Enix Trine to gain passage to Som-Al, where the Great Worm resides. It's here Iceheart introduces us to Vidofnir, one of Hraesvelgr's brood, and she tells us she cannot open the path to Som-Al, as she must protect Enix Trine from the Gnath's god. Alphino proposes a deal, asking if we can gain entry should we deal with the Primal. Vidofnir agrees, but she's very little faith in our success. We go with Iceheart to be captured by the Gnath intentionally, so as to be brought before Ravana, their deity. Iceheart decides to try and talk to him to make peace, but Ravana is a very bloodthirsty primal, only wishing to fight. So they come to the agreement that should we win against Ravana in combat, he would abandon his brutal course, but should we lose, both us and Iceheart will be forced to join his army. Iceheart, after talking so much game, takes the first fight against him, then proceeds to lose after transforming into Shiva once more, so it falls to us to squash the bug god. The chitinous swordmaster proves no match for our destructive power, and we return to Enix Trine, victorious, much to Vidofnir's pleasant surprise. She opens the way to Som-Al, but warns us that the Dravanians that support Nidhogg will attempt to stop us. As we attempt to make our way to the summit, the warning proves true, and we are forced to fight our way to the top, including through Tiamen, Nidhogg's consort. She also refuses to allow us to pass, and we are forced to slay her, further enraging Nidhogg in our pursuit of peace. Once we find ourselves at the very peak, we find that we are unsure as to how we are going to get Hraesvelgr's attention, until we spot a Moogle. Alphino expresses his disbelief, as we had believed the Twelveswood to be the only home to the palm-bearing little menaces. As we go to search for the one we saw, we find no trace. Alphino asks Iceheart to speak with any dragon that may be willing to listen, and tells us to meet him at Nafika's altar in Gridania so we can seek help from the Moogles of the Twelveswood. And that, my dear viewers, is where we have left off. We are heading to Gridania to go speak with the Moogles of the Twelveswood, to see if they can do anything to help us talk to the Moogles up in the Churning Mists, so that we can get Hraesvelgr's attention. As always, thank you all so much for watching. please, please, please take care. Stay safe, stay sane, and I'll see you next time. Bye!